You know how, as a leader, all eyes are on you. Not every minute of the day, but many minutes of the day, people are looking at you and looking to you. And they're looking at you as a role model. How should I behave? And they're looking at you as a barometer. How should I feel? How's the company doing? How's the team doing? And your presence and how you are behaving at work either is a comfort and an inspiration to the people around you, or it isn't. The main way that people are gleaning whether or not you are feeling safe and comfortable yourself is through your facial expressions and your vocal quality. I'm Amy Goldfarb. I'm with Organization Learning Group, and I'm an executive coach and a leadership development specialist, and I've been working for 20 years in this field. And most recently, what I have become incredibly interested in is what I'm going to call the physiology of leadership. Our physiology underlies our emotional, mental, and psychological state. And it does that whether we are at work being a leader, or we are at home sleeping, or being a parent. What I'm going to do in the next 10 minutes or so is give you a short tutorial on your physiology. It turns out that my face, your face, is an emotional physiograph announcing to the world how I feel. And if everyone is looking at you to decide how they should feel, your broadcasting your feelings is a very important feature of your leadership. The other really important thing way you're broadcasting to people about how to feel is through your voice. People are listening, and if they hear variations in pitch, in volume, in speed, then they know that you're comfortable and you're relaxed, because that's how we sound when we are comfortable and relaxed. I want to talk about something called emotional co-regulation. And this concept I learned from my favorite new teacher, a man named Stephen Porges, who is an interpersonal neurobiologist. And I like saying those words, so I'm going to say them again. He's an interpersonal neurobiologist. He's studying how human relationships, how our interactions actually affect the biology of our brains. And that's what is really an important thing for you as a leader to understand, how the people around you, because so many eyes are on you so much of the time, are using you to emotionally co-regulate. As human beings, we are the recipients of millennia of evolutionary experiments. And the failed experiments, we don't know about them, all of them, but the successful experiments have led to human beings as we are today. And human beings as we are today have lots of features that we have developed over these millennia, and we retain some of those features from early creatures. I want to talk about your nervous system and how Stephen Porges has helped me understand the 3 different states that my nervous system can be in and how they affect how I show up at work and everywhere. So my nervous system, its main goal is health, growth, and restoration. And I am doing that every minute of the day. My cells are replenishing. I am getting signals of hunger that I need nourishment. I am growing and changing every moment of the day, except moments when I feel threatened. And in those moments when I feel threatened, for whatever the reason, my nervous system that I typically use for health, growth, and restoration to get work done, it gets recruited for defensive strategies. Mostly, these defensive strategies you've heard of, we call them fight or flight. And when I detect danger, my nervous system, like your nervous system, does very specific things, and they're all similar. We all react quite similarly. if I want to fight or I want to flee, I need some physiological principles to take over, not conceptually. I don't think, oh, I must run now. I better get my blood pumping and I better breathe shallowly. No, below the level of perception, at a level that Stephen Porges calls neuroception, the way that nervous systems are gleaning information from the environment and interpreting whether or not I am safe. So when my nervous system, through neuroception, detects threat, and I am recruiting that nervous system for fighting or fleeing, what I'm not doing is I am not thinking clearly, and I am not problem solving well, and I am not being spontaneous and playful and hardworking. When we detect threat in the environment, our bodies all do the same things, as I was saying. So hands get sweaty, breathing gets shallow, muscles get tense. Some people flush, some people blanch, but that is an effect of our vascular system using the blood to fight or to flee. Human beings are excellent detectors of threat. In fact, our brain is wired from these early creatures that we have evolved from. Our brain is wired first and foremost to detect danger. We are looking for the threat in the environment. We have what Stephen Porges and other scientists call a danger bias. That's really, really important as a leader. It's important as a human being, but as a leader, even more so. This danger bias, what it does is it signals to me that before, or let me say it differently, without evidence from you that you're safe and that I'm safe in your company, I assume I'm in danger. So a lot of people think, it's very useful as a leader to have a flat affect and not to be displaying your emotions at work all the time, like this, as I'm doing. Turns out that neutral face is in fact quite threatening to people. In the absence of a smile and signals of safety to the people around you, they are going to assume that things are not okay. Well, it's true that if that's how you are all the time, that people can kind of get used to it. But what I want to tell you is that you have the power to send signals of safety all the time because people are looking at you. And people are co-regulating with you. Whoever we are looking at, our brain is co-regulating not only our feelings, but our physiological states. Our breath rate, our heart rate, our sweat rate is regulated by the information coming in from the person that I'm looking at. So just for fun, I want you to notice what happens, assuming your eyes are on me. I want you just to notice what happens to you physiologically, emotionally, when I make different facial expressions. So, and maybe a vocal expression too. So if I'm here and you're looking at me and I go, ah, I don't imagine you feel very good. But if I look at you and I say, hi, notice how you feel. And I know that that's simple, but honestly, that is how simple it is. Because we are first and foremost mammals. We are creatures that are looking for danger and threat and deciding whether or not it is safe to relax. So what does this mean for you as a leader? How can you utilize this information? Well, I have the suggestion that there are 3 things that you can be doing every day at work that will more positively affect your leadership. You can adjust your physiology through 3 simple techniques. One of them, and the most important one, is breathing. It is important for you as a leader. I'm not going to do it now, but somewhere, whether through a yoga class, through a meditation class, or through a tutorial that I'll do later on, it is important for you to learn what we call diaphragmatic breathing. And Diaphragmatic breathing is the idea that you are breathing deeply enough into your lungs that you are filling the entire capacity of your lungs with oxygen. The other feature of breathing that I want you to focus on is something that, again, I learned from Stephen Porges, which is that we can calm our nervous systems by sending signals to our brains that we are safe. So that system that I was talking about, our nervous system, there are nerve fibers bidirectionally. My brain has lots of fibers going down to my body, but it turns out that my body has even more fibers going up to my brain. So what that means is that I can think a thought and create feelings in my body, or I can use my body to create thoughts in my head. I had a biofeedback teacher once who told me, "You are never more than 3 deep breaths away from calm." Probably not entirely true, but the spirit of it is what I want you to take with you. So that's the first thing you can be doing at work, is making sure that you are using your breathing techniques to keep your nervous system in a state of safety and calm. The second thing you can do is to keep your body in a state of safety and calm. And what I mean by that is to train yourself in techniques to relax the muscles of your body. And again, there are many different techniques for doing this. You can, one at a time, consciously clench every muscle in your body or specific muscles. I can do it right now with my arms and my hands, and then relax. I can do it with, very importantly, my diaphragm and my abdominal muscles. In our culture, we love to, keep our tummies flat and tighten our abdominal muscles. Actually, it's not that great for leadership. You want to be signaling to people that it is safe, and tight stomach muscles do not signal that. But you can tighten them and relax them to get to that state of relaxed. Your legs, your feet, your hands, your face even. So breathing and relaxing your body through the musculature. And the third thing that I want to tell you about is mindfulness training and meditation. And I want to just say that mindfulness training and meditation isn't about not thinking or spacing out so that you can relax. In fact, it is about a practice of training your mind on what to focus on. And doing a mindfulness practice outside of work will allow you for 1 minute a day or 2 minutes a day while you're at work, during lunch, during a break between meetings, to just close your eyes and continue whatever practice you're using at home to train your brain what to focus on. What you notice, your brain is incredibly responsive. We are teaching our brains all the time what to pay attention to. So when you're at work, you want to teach your brain what to pay attention to. Do you want to pay attention to your anxiety and your worry, or do you want to pay attention to thoughts that make you optimistic and notice people and traits in people that make you feel comfortable and confident that the work is going well? So that's the physiology of leadership that underlies your behavior at work. And that is a way to start to use some of the power that you have as a human being to make your leadership even better. Try it. Good luck, and let us know how it goes.